In this video, we're going to learn some of the important vocabulary to know for our next unit about circles. Go ahead and draw a nice big circle in your notes and see if you can identify what any of these terms are. Center, radius, diameter, chord, and arc. If you already know any of them, go ahead and draw them in and label them on the big circle. All right, so let's start with center. You might be able to guess that one. The center should be in the exact middle of a circle. Go ahead and put a dot in where the center would be, and we're going to label it with center. Don't write too big though, because we have lots of other things to add too. Next, let's do radius. So a radius is the measurement from the center of a circle to the edge. So let's draw that in. It could go in any direction. Go ahead and label that one as well. And make sure to note that the radius can go in any direction. It doesn't need to be going straight up or to the right. It can go any which way is the radius. Next comes the diameter. Diameter of a circle is the distance all the way across, cutting through the center. Go ahead and let's label that as well. So the diameter would be, another way to think of that as being like the longest distance across a circle. And you can hopefully see that the radius and the diameter are pretty closely related. It's important to note that the diameter, or D, would equal 2 times the radius, because 2 radiuses next to each other would equal the diameter. And likewise, the radius would equal the diameter divided by 2. Right, now let's do some slightly less common ones. So there's something called a chord. A chord is any line segment that touches 2 edges of a circle. So a diameter is actually a type of chord, but a chord could also just go that. A chord, it can go from any 2 spots. You could also do one going like that if you wanted. Any 2 spots on a circle being connected. Let's label that. So once again, a chord is any line segment that connects any 2 points on the edge of the circle. Then that leaves us with an arc. You can probably picture what an arc would be. An arc is something like that, right? Well, on a circle, what that means is that it's a section of the outer edge of the circle. So, for example, this right here would be an arc. Any section of a circle of that outer edge would create an arc. So an arc is any section of the edge of a circle. Once you've got all those terms written down, go ahead and move on. Pause now if you need to. All right, so now we have probably the 2 most important terms for this unit, and that is circumference and area. So circumference is just like perimeter. Whenever you read circumference, you should think in your head perimeter. Circumference is the perimeter of a circle. Or perhaps you could think of it as being the distance around a circle. So going all the way around the outside is your perimeter. Go ahead and label that somehow. An arrow can sometimes help, or multiple arrows if you feel like it. to distinguish what it is you're talking about. The circumference is the distance around a circle. And then area is hopefully exactly what you would expect. That is the inner space of a circle. So go ahead and label that on your diagram as well. Hopefully you started a new circle for area and circumference, or else this will get pretty messy. So we've got circumference around the outside and area on the inside. All right, now let's do a couple of bonus terms. So there's a couple more terms that might come up a few times in this unit. The first one is concentric, specifically concentric circles is what they're going to be called. And you might have run into that one before. The idea there is that it's when you have a whole bunch of circles that have the same center. So these are all concentric circles because they all have the same center, but they're different sizes. So I'm going to say we call that circles with the same center but different radius. And then we have inscribed. So when a circle is inscribed in something, that means that it is inside that other shape. So for example, if we had a circle inscribed in a square, it would look like that. Notice how it's exactly touching. That's called tangent, by the way, when it's exactly touching like that. And finally, circumscribed is like the opposite of inscribed. And that's when you have a circle that completely surrounds a polygon. So let's say we'll do a square again. And that would be a square that fits exactly inside the circle. And I didn't make that touch, although it should have, like that. And I should probably tell you that there are more formal definitions of inscribed and circumscribed, but these are good enough for a 6th grade level. All right, time for a practice problem. I want you to identify the radius of the circle, and a little bit trickier, I want you to find the area of the square.